What up, guys? It's your boy Atma, you already know. And right now I'm here to make a video response to Sirkhana's third question to all LPers or LPer fans. And in that question he asked, what video game world would you like to plug yourself into if you were in the dream world? Or if you were just sleeping, you know. Put yourself in a dream world of your choosing every time that you fell asleep. And I think that's a pretty interesting question, first of all, because I have these thoughts a lot. I always thought about being in another video game world and what it would be like if I were in one. I'm sure other people have thought of it as well. It's not a very uncommon thought amongst people who play video games. Just cause it's something that it's something that you want. It's something, I don't know. It's just something that people think about. People that play video games and enjoy them. It's something that people like, But anyway, I want to give you my answer. I don't know about anyone else, but I was thinking, because Final Fantasy IV, it's pretty much my life, metaphorically speaking. There's a lot of events that go on in Final Fantasy IV that go on in my life, so I figure I think that I live that same life, because Cecil is a lot like me, and his story is a lot like mine as well. But of course, I obviously don't live in his world, and some of the same stuff that happened to him don't happen to me. But it's like the story about his struggle between the light and darkness is something that I go through constantly, and I don't know. Well, yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like family related. Final Fantasy IV is a family game. It has a lot to do with family, more so than people think. It's a game that has a lot to do with the internal struggles of family and power. But anyway, I've been giving this a lot of thought actually since Sirkhana posted the video, and I was thinking maybe because at first I was thinking of Valkyrie Profile, because I have it over there. I was thinking of Valkyrie Profile and Final Fantasy VI as well. Those are very good stories, but then again, I figured that if I was in Valkyrie Profile, I wouldn't be one of the gods. I'd be a dead Iron Harrier, or something, some kind of monster roaming in this, whatever. And then I was thinking of Final Fantasy VI, and then I was like, I don't think anyone there fits me. I'm not well, I'm kind of a lot like what's this guy's name? Edgar, the guy who's always flirting on girls, because he's very intelligent, but he also likes to flirt. But I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything, but he's a little bit like me, except I'm not as good looking as he is, so I guess that crosses that out. Then again, I always find myself like I'm mysterious like Shadow, but then again, I'm not very mysterious at all if you think about it. And then I started thinking about Realm, because Realm's innocent and she's a child, and I kind of find myself like that, except I'm not a girl, so that crosses that out. So Final Fantasy VI is out of the question. I can't really put myself in anyone's shoes in there, even though that would be a very interesting life. A Final Fantasy VI world, I don't know, that'd be interesting with all the Eidolons and summons and all that. But anyway, then I started thinking about other things. I started thinking about Star Ocean 3, how I'd probably fit in there. And I'd probably be like Cliff Fitter or something. Cliff Fitter, I think is funny. I think I'd be a lot like Cliff. I think so. But, that's just, I don't know. I just started thinking about Star Ocean, but then, I had my answers already. But it's really tough for me to choose because, okay, pretty much the struggle is between these two games. Radiata Stories and Star Ocean and Bang Kaitos. Okay? It's very tough for me to choose because these two games are the games that I find that have the best story. And it's not, I'm not saying story as in the face value, what people look at and think that they understand the story. These two games tell a very deep tale, and it's not, I don't know how to describe it. It's something that you have to play and something that you have to know. It's really not, it's very cryptic. The meaning behind these games are very cryptic, And even if you think you got it, you don't, because not even I know the entire story of what these two games try to tell. There's a lot that these two games tell, and it's something that with life, with more living, you get to understand more and more. It's as though like the creators were geniuses thinking of these like very complex thoughts and then putting them out. And yeah, I know I'm probably gonna get some people that are like, oh no, those games aren't complicated at all. I'm like, oh, I totally understand these games, and they're totally wrong. They don't understand these games, because anyone who says that they understand it does not. This is something that it's so deep, you know, I'm not even gonna get into it, but the stories, they're just amazing. Like, I like games with good story, but I like a game that has cryptic meanings that aren't easily understood, and that will take me years for me to understand. And these two games, they do it for me. These are probably my two favorite games of all time, like Radiata Stories and Betting Kaitos. Amazing. Okay, let's not get sidetracked. This is a tough choice. I think I wanted to record this because I'm gonna make the choice on camera. I still haven't decided. You see, with Betting Kaitos, with this game, what I can do is that I was thinking of being. At first, I was thinking of being Callus, you know, the main character. But I figured he's a lot like me. He is so much like me. Like, it's scary. Like, it's scary how similar he is to me. But I started thinking, you know, the game gives you an option of having a guardian spirit, which is quite amazing. Like, I figured if I was in any of the worlds, I'd be in the guardian spirit, and it makes sense because the guardian spirit is from a different world, not known to the world of Betting Kaitos, and the world is very mysterious. No one knows where the guardian forces come from, and I think that kind of says that, you know, I'm from Earth. You know, it just says I'm from Earth. Nobody knows that. Like, nobody in the game was able to tell. You know, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. But this one, Radiata Stories, like, there's a character in here, Zane. There's a character here called Zane. He's a light elf, and oh my god, man, this character is brilliant. Like, I fucking love the story between Jack and Ridley, and you know, a lot of people give that story hell because supposedly, you know, they haven't known each other for a long time or whatever, and then like they fall in love with each other, and I'm like, that, you know, people just don't think about stuff like, you know, the game, you know, it's very fast paced. It tells the story really, really quick, so you gotta move on with it. You can't just be in that, you know, oh, one day these guys did something, the next day they did the other thing. No, there's a lot of time that passes between the missions in these games, and there's a lot the story doesn't tell you. I mean, the manga tells you some stuff, you know, and I really don't read manga, but this is like one of the only few mangas, one of the 5 mangas I've ever read in my life. But anyway, like, this story is very fast paced. It doesn't stop for you. It doesn't let you think about it. You gotta go with it, and you gotta make sure that you don't get lost, because it's real easy to lose track of where you are in the game, like character wise. You know, see what the changes are and all this shit. But anyway, Lord Zane, the Light Elf, he is an amazing character. Like, there's a point in the game where I really felt the deep connection between him and his brother, and I felt the same way. I started thinking, what if my brother, you know, so and so, I'm not really gonna spoil what happens, but something happens to Zane's brother, and I'm like, I feel the same way. Like, I would feel like he almost took the words out of my mouth, and I was so shocked because I don't know, this just has a deep connection with me, and I'm like, you know, if I could be anyone, I would probably be Zane. I'd be Zane from Radiata Stories. Weapons, I don't know about weapons. Like, the light elves don't really use you know, well, they have like light blaze and magic and shit, but yeah. Guard and Ben Kaitos, I think I might have to go with this because it makes the most sense. As much of a connection I have with Radiata Stories, this makes the most sense because the guardian spirit. I think I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, the guardian spirit does not have a weapon. Well, I guess the strongest weapon would be its mind, the connection with the main character. But it's perfect. I think I'm gonna go with Bankaitos. If I lived anywhere, it would be this tremendously beautiful and like rich, tremendous. I cannot describe how amazing this world is. You know what? I'm done. I can't even talk about this game because I know I get like this. I get too emotional when I think of Bankaitos, and I'm probably not even gonna talk about this because I could talk forever about it. So anyway, yep. Sirkhana, this will be my answer. Bankaitos, the first game, not the second. The second game has a good story, but it does not compare to the first game. If only this game had better voice acting, I think it would be the perfect RPG. Me personally, that's what I think. So anyway, I hope this answers your question, Sirkhana. I would be the guardian spirit of this game as a character, and I would live in this world, and I would truly, truly enjoy it. But let us not forget that this will be a close second throughout the other stories. Very good game. Very tremendous title. Both good games. I recommend people buy this game. These two games actually. And buy the second game, Origins. It's another good game. It's actually a prequel to this one. And it explains and expands more on the story and the world. The world that the inhabitants of this game lives in. So, yeah, I think that'll be all. I think that's all I'm really going to talk about. So anyway, it's a good way to conclude the video. I don't know how long I've been talking, but I think I should stop here. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and I hope some of you can make video responses as well, so I can watch them and enjoy and comment, rate, and all that good stuff. So anyway, see you guys out next time. See ya. Peace.